Hey, so I just got back from the concert. My voice is a little bit off because I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. I was definitely screaming too much. Um, but day 3 of KCON is over, so KCON LA is officially over now. It's a little bit sad. I definitely had a great time. Um, and I really look forward to coming back. Hopefully next year, if I can save up enough money to come again. But I want to go ahead and give a recap of day 3 slash tips, whatever. I wrote down a couple notes of some of the things that I wanted to say. So first of all, they have you get one of these wristbands. Um, when you register for the convention, and the wristband gets you into all of the events. Like you have to scan yourself into, well, they have on their mobile phones scanners for the little ID tag that's on here, so that you can get into the everything. Really, they check your wristband to go to everything, to go upstairs to the panels, to go into the convention room where all of the booths and stuff are, to get into the fan engagement events. Well, almost everything you have to have a wristband except for like the food market on the street. You don't have to have it for that. So anybody technically could walk up and do that. But I like it. It's real easy. Scan people in. Cool. You're supposed to shower in it, but my wrist is a little bit small. So when people give me these types of things, normally they don't make it tight enough on me. It's like tight enough that it's not gonna fall off, but it's loose enough that I can take it off. So I actually took mine off every night, so I didn't have to worry about showering in it and everything. But it's made to last you for the 3 days. So let's see what else. So today, lots and lots of great artists today. For me, today was probably the more fun day artist wise, but I also had less fan engagement stuff today. Um, so I didn't spend my whole day doing fan engagements, which was cool because it allowed me to go do some other things, see some panels, walk around the convention floor a little bit more. Um, Although there were some fan engagements I really would have been very happy with had I gotten them today. It's cool though. I did, so I was in the audience for the Astro fan engagement, right? I think they really underestimated how popular Astro is, or maybe they just were taking too long to turn over the room from. I think GOT7 might have actually been before them. I didn't have a GOT7 ticket, so I ended up doing other stuff. Um, but yeah, they let us into the room late, and yeah, it was so late that like I didn't get there super early. So, but I was there I think 15 minutes before it was supposed to start, and they were. I don't even think they had started like letting people in or something. I don't know. I can't remember what happened. I just know by the time I actually got to the front, which because I was pretty far back in the line. By the time I actually got to the front, they were already on stage and had introduced themselves and stuff. So I missed the first few minutes of that fan engagement. So that kind of sucked. They didn't do the same thing the next time though. For who else did I see? Card. I saw a card in the fan engagement. The audience. I didn't have high touch for anybody today, but card, they didn't do the same thing. They let us in early, and then they ended up starting that one late, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I know it's a lot of things that go into planning an event this big. It's a lot of logistics, a lot of moving parts. So there's no telling what really why it started late, but I think that one ended up starting late. But they actually got us on the time we were supposed to be in. Um, yeah, the fan engagements though, they were great. They all had the same sort of pattern to them. Um, if you weren't doing high touch, really you could pretty much leave the audience by the time high touch started because it wasn't really too much left for you after that. But they could. theoretically have done something. Yeah, so fan engagements were a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I think I have some other notes that will take me back to those a little bit later. But 101, oh my gosh. So I didn't watch either of the Produce 101, season 1 or season 2. I mean, I know the girls in IOI, and I'm like slowly starting to learn 101. But I didn't watch either of the shows. I don't know if I really want to get myself into it, because I think it's just going to be painful to watch. Like, you know, people, they get eliminated and you're attached and stuff. So I don't know if I really want to do it to myself. Although, I don't really have to get attached to anybody because I know who all's in the group now. But either way, they were immensely popular, which, you know, they're all talented, some good looking dudes. And on top of that, they're only here for a year. So this was probably your only chance to see them as an American, because I don't know that they'll actually be back before they disband. So, oh my goodness, though, like, they had them at the booth, at one of the booths. I think it was like one of the beauty booths, maybe, they were supposed to come to. And, like, I don't know, I guess some people had won the chance to meet them. I don't know. I just know it felt like half the convention center was packed with people attempting to see them as they came in and out. And they weren't even there for very long. But it was like pandemonium. KCON was threatening to shut down the convention, or shut down that appearance if people started acting up. It was kind of crazy though. But yeah, wow, 101, a ton of fans. It was lots of fun things to do in the convention center though. Like, I spent some time at the Toyota booth, and they had this little thing where you could try to get a ball and you could win possibly concert tickets. I didn't really need the concert tickets. I did kind of want like the fidget spinner or one of the little Line Friends thing, but I didn't win that. It's okay. And then they had this really cool, I don't think it was completely 360 degree type thing, but this cool thing, I'll try to get a clip of it, me doing it, where you would jump up, and it's like a row of cameras, and you're like kind of looking at the camera, and it takes a picture of you, and it like kind of stops you in midair and like turns you around a little bit. I need to work on my abs, but it was a lot of fun. I did a thing for, I think it was like for Coca, where they would take a picture of you and put you into your drama. I probably should have turned so that I was like at the same angle facing like they were, you know. Fight my way. I like that drama though. If you haven't seen it, it was a really good drama. Park Seo-joon, I like him a lot. I got to go to some workshops today since I took it a little bit slower. I didn't have all the fan engagements, but that allowed me to go to workshops and spend a little bit more time on the convention floor. I learned like 2 seconds of GOT7's Never Ever choreography. I got there late, so I was just kind of like, I would like to know this choreography, but I'm late, so I don't know about jumping in here. And I just did a couple other things, because you can walk around and like win stuff and do things. I went to a panel though for London music, and that was pretty cool. They showed like sort of breaking down an EXO song. Oh, a grievance. Food. The food street does not open until noon. That is so rude. That is so rude. People need to eat sometimes before noon, especially if they are not on LA time. Like, I'm not completely on LA time. I'm always somewhere in the middle when I come to LA. I end up, I don't know, in Missouri or something. So, like, when I woke up, by the time I woke up, I woke up late, so it was basically like I had slept in, but I was hungry by the time I woke up, so I just got some snacks and I was like, I'll go eat. It really caught me off guard yesterday, cause I was ready to eat at like 11, and food doesn't open until noon. I was just like, y'all are killing me here. I'm gonna end up being hangry and it's not gonna be cute. But I did get some good food. I posted pictures on my Instagram with food. So I got technically I had chicken bulgogi, like 2 days. The first day, I don't remember what I got the first. Oh, I got like these little shrimp cake things the first day. And then the second day, I got a chicken bulgogi box with like chicken bulgogi, rice, kimchi, and salad. And then today I got chicken bulgogi bibimbap. So that was really good. So there is a ton of walking at KCON. It's a lot of fun, but man, it can really wear on your feet. And as you get older, your knees, your other joints, etc. But there's a lot of walking. There's a lot of standing in lines. So like the Toyota booth thing that I did, I was standing in line for a while. Even this picture thing, I had to stand in line for a little bit. The cool thing with that one though, they actually did give us some little stuff because they, I guess, wanted us to advertise for them. So I got free choco pie and some other sort of like candy thing. We just had to hold it up and take a picture while we were standing in the line. So that worked. But yeah, lines for days. And the fan engagements, I think they say you can line up 30 minutes before. You will notice for the more popular groups though, people start lining up even before that. I mean, the good thing is nowadays, I think previously KCON was held pretty much outside, but now that it's in the convention center, you can at least sit down, but people are there so early. So like if you're like me and you're shorter, we'll come back to that. We'll come back. Yeah, but it's a lot of walking. There are a lot of lines, so you had to get used to that. Even if you think you're gonna go here and there, like, oh my goodness, especially yesterday, I just felt like I really wanted to be Naruto, like on some Kaiyoshi no Jutsu. I needed shadow clones like a mug, because there was so many events that I wanted to go to, and they were all at the same time. It was just so much. But you have to factor in your time for standing in lines or getting to a place early if it's going to be a really popular event. You have to factor that in, and it's just going to be a lot of things that you want to do that you just can't do. Yeah, speaking of lines, though, I saw like diamonds and platinums, which those are very expensive. I would kind of like to do it though, but those are super, super expensive tickets, right? But then I like saw some of them sitting outside. I couldn't do it because you're sitting outside all day to be in line for the concert, but you miss the whole convention. Like there's plenty of great things that take place at the convention. I couldn't be sitting outside all day just for the concert when there's so much other good stuff going on and so many chances to potentially meet people that you want to meet. Yeah, I mean, I guess that was somewhat their choice, and they probably got some decent seats. Is one reason why I really didn't want to get standing. I got P1, and I am so blessed and so thankful that I got P1 for the concert. But I got P1 seated, and oh my goodness, I'm about that seated life. I really am. I'm so about that seated life. I don't know how people do the standing outside thing, but I will say the P1, the Diamond Platinum areas, they didn't seem like they were insanely full. I think the P2 standing area was actually more full. Yeah, but oh goodness, I couldn't be sitting outside all day and missing the whole convention. So with the people lining up early for Diamonds and Platinums, I already alluded to this, but people will also line up really early for some of the fan engagements. So like as soon as we got out of um, the last like audience fan engagement thing for today, which I want to say card was the last one, I think. As soon as we got out for that, we already saw people, a decent amount of people, lined up for the red carpet event, and I was like, I think that was over 2 hours before that event was supposed to start. You had people already sitting out, lined up to do the red carpet, and like I said before, I never really thought of myself as short per se. I'm only 5'3", but I have like a lot of taller friends and even some of my family members, so I don't really think too much about the height difference until it gets to events like this where it starts to make a difference. So it got to the point where I was like, well, if this thing is already, they got like half the line full and it's 2 hours before, there are other things that I want to do. I want to be able to experience this convention. So yeah, I was like, forget it, I'm gonna just be in the back. I get whatever pictures I get. It's just gonna be what it is. And that's really kind of the attitude that I had to take today, because I was like, I'm not sitting in a line for 2 hours, even though I really think I really like a lot of the artists that were performing today. So the red carpet today was like even nicer for me. But yeah, no, it was 2 hours. It's just too much. You miss too many other things. But one of the cool things about doing the fan engagements, especially, they'll play music videos and stuff during the fan engagements while you're waiting, and it's fun just to see like people get so hyped over the music videos, and it's fun to see the parts that people will scream at and the parts that everybody else is singing to, and just overall the convention is a very fun, open sort of feeling. You just feel able to like be you and do what you want to do. So you could just be dancing. Like I would just randomly sort of be busting out into dancing sometimes as I was walking, because there's so much music playing, especially like as you go through the actual convention part with the booths and stuff. So much music playing from the different booths. So yeah, you just hit a little, or you do some moves to a certain song, something like, and even like as you're waiting in the audience for the fan engagements and stuff, you could dance because they're playing music videos. But yeah, it's really fun to see the people watch music videos together, and like the screaming that happens and the like songs. I did hear like one time when people bust out into one of the chants. We don't do chants in America as much, but there are definitely people that know the fan chants to some of the songs, so they did do that like one time. Even with the breaking out and the dancing and doing things, there are actually parts of the convention, the booth area, where you can like dance and try to win like tickets or merchandise or whatever else that booth is giving away. You could potentially win by doing choreography to the most popular and recent songs. So that's really cool. I didn't try it, but that's really cool. I kind of need to step up my choreography game. I've got to learn some more choreographies. So we'll hit another grievance. You cannot bring backpacks into the concert. So you could yesterday, and they had a special line to do an extra check, and I guess they got rid of that because I don't think you were really supposed to be able to bring them in. So they sent out notices at like 9 a.m. today, like, do not bring backpacks. The sucky part of that is that, especially for like someone like me, and I don't think I'm pretty sure I was not the only one, is that my hotel is close, but it's far, and that it's like a 25-minute walk. So it's not bad, I've walked it several times this weekend, but it's not something that I'm trying to do in the middle of the convention, especially after I've been walking and standing in line and my feet hurt already. I'm really trying to just go be out all day and come back at night. So I wasn't trying to do trips in between to my hotel. I would like to get if I can afford it, I would like to get a closer hotel next time, and maybe I could take a break. But you know, you also run that risk of going to take a break, and next thing you know, you take that nap or do something, and you just start to miss out on a convention. And I definitely don't want to do that for my first time. Yeah, so but you can't bring backpacks, so it was like I made it the whole day on my smaller purse. But there were definitely some things that I kind of wanted and I just couldn't bring because they couldn't fit in the purse. There was also some things I didn't even try to win at the convention center because, you know, I may not have won them anyways, and I couldn't have brought them back because I didn't have a bag or something to carry them in. There were people, I did see people walk into the concert with their convention bags. So like you got convention bags, they were like the reusable shopping bags, so they did let those in. I can't remember the exact dimensions of what they let in, but those work, so you could carry that around like a tote bag basically. I didn't want to do it, so I didn't. I was able to make it. Life could have been a little bit easier if I could have had my backpack, but it wasn't too bad. I brought my jacket today because I was cold inside the concert yesterday. I get cold pretty easily, but yeah, it was pretty cold inside the concert yesterday to me. Cause you get into a long line for the concert too. That was another grievance. You get into a long line for the concert, and that the line is for all of P1 to P5 seated. You're all in the exact same line, so. You would hope with the extra money that you paid for P1 that you could at least have a different line. And yesterday it was like slightly a different line, but then they were kind of starting to do away with that even. And I guess today they just figured there's no point in having separate lines. So P1, P5, we were all in the same super long line to get into the concert. It moved it in okay speed, but it was a really long line. So, but I did bring my charger, again, my little charger, and I brought my real charger, my wall charger. So there was a little bit of downtime that I had, and I found, or like during one of the panels, I found an outlet and started charging my phone. So at least it would be at a better place. And like I said, tonight I'm able to film my recap of everything because my phone didn't die on me like it practically did yesterday. It was funny though because like when I was going through the line at the concert, I noticed so many people walking around with their phone hooked up to a charger. So like as they put in their phone for the security check, before going through the metal detectors to get into the concert, everybody, like half these people had their phone on the charger, and I couldn't even like fully laugh because my phone was on the charger too. Yeah, things you got to do though, because you like, I'm getting footage and I'm taking pictures, so I need my phone to last. You gotta do what you gotta do, especially when you're making it all day and you can't have a backpack. You gotta do what you gotta do. But there's things to plan for, is to have an external charger, like a little charger. Make sure your bag isn't too big. I know some people carry purses that are bigger than this. I don't like carrying a big purse. But the purses you could have had. So that, I also brought snacks, because my eating schedule is really off. I'm super dehydrated. I really didn't drink too much today like I should have. But I did have some snacks on me, so in case I did get hungry, like the fact that the food didn't open up until noon, I did have some stuff on me, just a little bit, to help make it through the day, just in case. So I'd advise that too, to bring some snacks if you can. Going back to the fan engagements though. Fan engagements are interesting. There are things that you cannot bring into the convention center period. There are things you can't bring into the fan engagements. I don't really remember the whole list of everything, but I know for sure the fan engagements, you could not bring cameras, like DSLR cameras with removable lenses and stuff. You couldn't bring them in there. There were a couple of the security guards that were like really, really on it, and like, you Out. I saw one girl fighting back. She was like, she started speaking in Korean to one of her aunties, and like, she said, no, because she had high touch. And it might have been 17. It was either 17 or SF9, because those were the two high touches that I had. Yeah, she was like, no, I won't do it. And then, she's like busting into all this Korean talk. It was really kind of comical. She actually was able to get herself to not be taken out. / she was really just not listening to them. It was funny. So yeah, she didn't get taken out, but I saw several other people at other fan engagements got kicked out because they had those cameras. And I don't know if I guess maybe you could bring those cameras into the convention center, period, but you could not bring them into the fan engagements. And if they saw you pull that out and start using that, they were real quick to get you out of there. Which was really, really bad if you had high touch, because then that means you just lost your high touch. Oh, there were a couple people that brought step stools. I've expressed concern. I don't want to say complained. I don't know. I've said some things about being a little bit shorter in nature. And, yeah, there were people that brought step stools, though. I don't know how I feel about it, because I just don't know if it's right. I don't know if you could. And I know I wasn't bringing one on a plane, so it's not going to happen for me. But it was interesting. Bring a step stool to a fan engagement, make sure you get a better view, because somehow the tall people always end up at the front. I don't know how it happens. Like, everybody at the front is 5'10" plus, and you're just like, because you could have totally been 2 rows back at least. But yeah. But I didn't realize part of the reason that my legs were hurting, though, my legs hurt, especially the bottom part of my legs. My feet really hurt too, but my legs hurt. It's because I've spent so much time on my tiptoes trying to get pictures and stuff. I need to do calf raises. My calves are one of the parts of my body that I feel fairly decent and comfortable about, but apparently I have not done enough calf raises. I haven't done enough exercising period recently, but I've not done enough calf raises because I can feel the bottom half of my legs hurting, and some of that is definitely due to how much I was on my tiptoes this weekend. Today I got to see Whitney Bay in an interview.
How's your day?
Oh, good. Okay. Very good. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh,
nice to see you guys.
And I really like Whitney. She's one of my other favorite YouTubers, one of the people that inspired me to go ahead and start editing videos and things, because I actually like doing that. It's a side thing for me though, but I like doing it. So yeah, she was one of my inspirations. I got to see her do an interview today, and then later on I actually went to a panel. Her and Dre were both on the panel, and it was talking about like their experiences meeting K-pop idols. It was fun. I only got to make the last like half of it because I was at the card thing. But what I did get to hear was entertaining, and then they had a period at the end where they were taking pictures with people. So I didn't go up to Dre since I already had a picture with him and his line was stupid long, but I was able to take a picture with Whitney, so I was really excited and happy about that. And then not only was I able to take a picture with her, but I got a couple moments to speak to her because we have somewhat similar backgrounds. I think Whitney might actually be like a couple years younger than me, but she's also an engineer. Like that's what she went to school for, and that's actually what she originally was doing when she went to Korea, was an engineering internship. So she does YouTube full time now, but she started out in that field. So I was just kind of asking her, how she felt about doing that transition. She was really sweet, really nice. So it was really great meeting her. She made me feel short, which is funny because like one of my best friends is 5'10". My father is 6'3". Like, so I don't normally feel short, but I'm I think I'm getting a little bit of a complex after the Monster X concert and this weekend. I'm starting to get a little bit of a complex about my height. Ugh. like it's great sometimes, and other times it just don't work for me. But yeah, she made me feel a little bit short taking a picture with her because I think, well, I don't know how tall she is. Maybe she's like 5'9" or something, but then she also had on heels. So yeah, but I was really happy. I was really happy to meet her. Whitney, you're great. So I'll probably put a link to her YouTube page and to Dre's YouTube page below, so you guys can look at some of their videos and things too. The sexy dances though that people do during the fan engagements have been very entertaining. Hopefully I can find a clip or two of somebody doing a sexy dance. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I call that sexy, but and even at the YouTube thing, Dre is known for doing body rolls, right? Which is, I mean, body rolls is crazy common dance, especially in the black community. And they were entertaining doing their body rolls. The celebrities, the idols, when they do their body rolls and they do their sexy dances and stuff, it gets to be quite entertaining. Sometimes I really don't think it's necessarily sexy, but it's definitely entertaining. And I'm happy that they go ahead and they do it. They take one for the team to just be entertainers and do that, because I know it cannot be completely comfortable to do. Magna's on top. I swear, if I had more footage, I would love to just compile some footage of Magna's on top, because you know, daggone Magna's be running it, like, especially after the group has celebrated like a year. You know, the Magna's, they start out kind of humble. Oh, I love my songs, blah blah blah. And then after like a year, somehow the Magna's end up being the tallest one in like half the groups. They like, or at least on the taller end of the group. And they also can often end up being one of the stronger physically people, you know. And I mean, their age helps, right? Because with being young, you can naturally kind of be a little bit stronger sometimes, or, you know, you still got years to grow, especially for the guys. You still got years to grow. But in the Astro fan engagement, Danny Lim asked them, I think it was Danny Lim that was doing the MCing today. He had asked them, like, to say something about the person next to you, like, that you feel you have over them. And Sanha, the Astros magnet, was next to MJ, MJ is actually the oldest one in Astro. He's not the leader, but he's actually the oldest one. He's also the shortest one. I don't know, between him and Jin Jin, I'm not actually sure who's shorter, but he's definitely about the shortest one. And Sanha is, actually, I think Sanha might be the tallest one. I don't know, him, Changwoo, and Moonbin are all pretty tall. Sanha might be the tallest. It might be Moonbin. But, yeah. And he hit him with what I'm confident about. Definitely got that height on MJ. Magna's be trying it. Like, Magna's really be trying it. Give them a year and they really be straight bossing their youngs around. And it is the most hilarious stuff ever to see them do, especially in a culture that is so divided on age, where like you are 1 year apart and you've got to show so much respect. The Magna's be trying it, and they like be getting away with stuff, especially because they're like doing these entertaining things for the fans. It is so comical. I love watching it. That mess is hilarious. Yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything that I wanted to say about the convention. Oh, the concert tonight was a lot of fun. Like I said, I was actually looking forward to tonight's more than I was the first day. But the first day was amazing. The second day was even more amazing. Some fun stuff that happened, which I may or may not be able to show clips of. They did a pinata thing. They did a pinata thing both times. Oh, Kevin Woo's the host of the pre-show. Gosh, I love me some Kevin. I'll be happy to see what ends up happening with his solo activities. Guy 7 did the pinata and Astro did the pinata Astro got like some make a t-shirt thing, and then got 7 got Proposal. That was entertaining. Bam Bam, what was it? Bam Bam did a nice, really cheesy Proposal. Young Jay sang something as a proposal, and then Jackson. Jackson's always so extra, and then the girl got real hype, and she like ran down all the way to the front, and Jackson's like coming off the stage, and then he started to come back up. He's like, "Oh man, you look taller than me." Jackson. I know you be feeling that height complex sometimes too, but Jackson was like, "Oh, you taller than me." That girl kicked off her heels so fast, like, "Nah, boo boo, you good, come here." And of course Jackson is so loving, so Jackson like gave the girls a hug and everything. He's great. You got to love Jackson, man. But yeah, all the groups, it was some really great performances. People were really hyped. I did a lot of yelling, and thus why my voice is a little bit strained right now. I think it'll bounce back tomorrow, but it's definitely a little bit strained right now. Overall, I had a great time. I think there are things that KCON can improve upon, but I think they're probably improving and taking notes every year. They've got great panels. They've got great. Oh, I forgot to mention, I actually saw Dre at the concert too. I didn't say anything to him, but he was sitting like 2 rows down from me and over a little bit. So I didn't bother him because, I mean, people need to be able to enjoy their concerts and stuff, and he had been working all day doing panels and different things. But yeah, so concert was great, the convention was great, the K-Food Street was great, the fan engagements was amazing. I'm glad I got the opportunity to do all of those, and that I got a lot of good ones. It is a bit of a marketplace here. So, like, I know someone that bought, I think they bought a high touch. I don't think it was just a regular fan engagement for like $60. I know people that bought just a regular audience for like $10. You can tell who's more popular because their stuff goes for more. There's some things that only get traded. Yeah, and it's all the luck of the draw, which can suck a little bit, especially if so if you plan to come to the convention, you definitely need to get there by midday Friday, so you can pick up your stuff and you have the opportunity to go to anything that you might win. And then you really don't want to leave until Monday, depending on where you live, because the concert doesn't end until 10 o'clock or a little bit after 10 o'clock. It starts on the convention starts at like noon on Friday. The first fan engagement might have been at like 2 p.m. or something on Friday, and you can win a fan engagement for whatever. It doesn't matter what day you buy your ticket for. You can win your fan stuff for whenever. So you want to make the most out of it. You definitely need to get in early. You definitely want to stay late if you're staying for the whole thing. The concert's on Saturday and Sunday, from like 7 to 10, because they have like pre-concert stuff from 7 to 7:30. And yeah, it was an amazing time. People are all really nice, generally speaking. Sometimes people can get a little bit pushy. Like when 101 was in the convention center, there was definitely a lot of people like pushing through us, even though we were in a different line for something else. So sometimes people will get like stop noticing what they're doing to other people. But overall, folks were pretty nice. You ask questions, people will answer as long as they know. Like, there were several times I was asking, what exactly is this line for? Sometimes people in the line don't even know. They don't even know what they're in line for. But people were pretty nice. There is a whole range of ages. I have seen families. Hopefully I can be with my mom next year. My mom, my sister. But I've seen a whole range of ages. I've seen families, couples. I think people are probably spouses, little kids. Lots and lots of people coming and just enjoying Korean culture and getting chances to meet or at least be really close to some Korean celebrities that you look up to, and it's been an amazing time. I think it was great. I think it was really great. So I hope that I can come back. If you're at all interested in Korean culture, I hope that you can make it. LA was definitely great, so I would definitely recommend LA. I think New York is a little bit different. I think New York actually still does some of their stuff outside. So I'm loving the AC, even though I don't like the cold. I'm loving the AC and not having to be outside all day and everything. So yeah, this is getting really long, but I wanted to share tips, concerns, just my thoughts. I think that's a complete wrap up pretty much of what happened, and I will try to also put together some clips of like the concert or walking around or whatever. I don't know. We'll see what happens when I actually edit this video. But yeah, thanks for watching me talk about my KCON experience. I really hope that you're able to do it yourself as well. Bye.
So I asked them, what do they think are they most confident of? The member right next to them. So.
저는 아무래도 비리보다
Can't wait to show this concert for you guys, and so let's get right to it.
Okay, let's go.